know why, cause my supply make me $5. It gets me Benjis, Fenties, and Bentleys. Pull up to the strip, blow a $500,000. It's nothing, I enjoy something. Cause Cleveland's my city, and where I come from it ain't pretty, yeah. Cleveland's my city, and where I come from it ain't pretty, yeah.
How you doing? Johnnie Lawrence. Some people call me Low. This is my man Mike Tuck over here. Tuck.
Peace.
How you feel?
Great, man.
All right. We're going to have a nice conversation today, talking about the community and things that we need to do as far as the talent in Cleveland. We lacking a lot of things like that, but I think first of all it comes from structure and people having so many people in Cleveland always pull people down. I think we like the squids or the crabs in the bucket. It seems like when somebody want to go to the top, we always want to pull them down instead of embracing and helping the next person or the youth or stuff like that. But I'm with my brother here, Mike Tuck. He gonna say a couple of lines for you, but I will tell you this though, it's God sent that we got together. We always knew each other from growing up. We were some EC boys. Went to Shaw and all the schools in East Cleveland, but also. We went away, and I done went away. I done been to the military, I've been overseas, and came back and went around and traveled the world a little bit. But I came back to home base here, and I met my brother here at a, believe it or not, a basketball party with the Cavaliers. And then he brought me into a situation where now I've always been working with juveniles and young men and kids always my whole life, so that's part of my calling. But he brought me into a place, right now I'm at Richmond Heights Elementary School or high school with my man Mike Tuck. So I'm not gonna talk a lot, I'm gonna let him join in, with the podcast and see what we got going on. But we're gonna speak on some things about life. All right, Tuck, go ahead. Take it from here.
Hey, one thing I learned about life, man, is life is like a valley. You have your ups and you have your downs, man, but you gotta go through it. Me growing up as a person that was so-called, I guess blessed, I had everything. Never wanted for nothing. But that could be good and bad. Because I had a lot of people come at me for the wrong reasons. Hatred, jealousy.
That's right.
And I still deal with it, but I'm built for this, man. I'm Teflon, I put the whole full body armor on me when I walk out, so I'm equipped for this. I just, we don't show enough love in Cleveland, man. We don't like to congratulate the brothers who really got it. It's always some hate somewhere, man. It's always some type of jealousy. Instead of, I'm in the help business, man. I help everybody.
That's right.
Sometimes at the end of the day, man, I'm on the short end of the stick with it. But that's how that's what God made me to be, as a helper, man. So I help everybody. And I don't look for nothing in return, man. I done helped so many people, man. And it's just, I don't look for it in return because they ain't me. They ain't me. So that don't bother me. It used to until I understand my purpose and calling life.
There you go. But he's a genuine brother too. I want to say this too. But I also like to piggyback on him. I've been dealing with the kids in correction facilities, and they know me as Low. So a lot of people in the community know me as Low, and I'm Johnnie Lawrence again. So when it's time to get on, I try to go now. I catch the kids young, from preschool to 12th grades. I'm able to try to mold them, get them kids in a situation where they don't have to see the other side. But it's part of the journey that everybody goes through. So you don't knock it, you don't knock the hustle, you don't knock what they do. Like Mike was saying, you congratulate them. I try to congratulate all the kids, show them some love. But I also, for the fathers that are there in their life, I try to be a father figure, and nothing but love always. But I love Cleveland. This is where I'm from. I'm born and raised. I came from here. I'm probably gonna end up here when I pass, but I'm here. I will travel the world. I don't mind having, my horizon, making places, other places and other times and see other people, but Cleveland is my home base. But back to my man again, I just kind of piggybacked on what he said. Wonderful brother, glad I met him. God brought us together. I know where it came from. Things don't happen on coincidence. It's not a I just met this person and this and this and that. No, it was meant for be. It's a higher being, and that's what we at. Go ahead, take me away, Mike.
What do y'all like most about Cleveland?
Well, Cleveland, you know what about Cleveland, man? It's a place of opportunity. You can do anything you want to do in Cleveland. I mean, it's just full of opportunities, man. You know, we just don't, some of us brothers, we just don't seek to go out and do such, man. You know, we more of Cleveland's a city where we kind of trendy, so we follow a lot of people. You know, one thing about me, man, I don't follow trends. I create them. I ain't never been no follower of nobody else's trend. I set my own. But hey, man, it's a great place to live, man. If you can make it here, man, you can make it anywhere.
You better say it.
You know, right now, let's keep it 100, man. These females is giving us a run for our money. Not me, but some of these brothers, man. You better wake up because these sisters is doing it, man. But they making power moves, man, and it's like, it's crazy.
Why you think so many brothers is behind, though?
This, man, you know, for one, man, a lot of these brothers been raised on women, man, to be honest with you, man. So when you iron sharpen iron, man, and all a woman can do is teach a man how to depend on another man, another woman. That's it. I mean, she can't nurture you as being a man. So when you got these men that you see, they always jump from house to house with women, they always gotta live. Them ain't no stand-up dudes, man. You know, I'm married to a beautiful queen, but she can't take care of me. I ain't gonna allow her to do that because I wasn't raised that way, man. Ain't nothing she can't take care of me. Not no type of financial way. I'm not gonna allow her to do that because I wasn't raised that. That's not how I was raised. So we gotta get out of the mold of just being comfortable, man, and allowing these women just to lead. You know, it's okay if you got a woman that you can walk together, but some of these dudes, man, they fall back, and these ladies making power moves, and you become the secretary. I ain't understanding that, man. Like, we could get some money together, we could get a business together, but I'm not about to lay up under you and you be a boss.
Right.
I ain't doing that one. Like, I gotta be a man at all levels and all costs of me. You know, in the household, wherever I'm at, man, I'm gonna stand on me being a man. And it's so many misled brothers out here, man. You know, they accept a lot of things that I don't accept. You know, a man is a man, man. Like,
You think they
by any
look?
means necessary, man, you gotta get out here and get it.
You think they looking for mamas?
Huh?
You think these men out here looking for mamas or looking to play a daddy role or what?
Well, they running for being daddies.
Right, true.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, you got these kids out here, man. I look at some of these little girls, man. If I had a daughter, she'd never walk out the house like this, man. In certain ways, or her mentality towards adults, period, man. Some of these, like Lo said, man, we work in the school system, man. I don't have a problem with the guys. It's these little young girls, man, that's disrespectful to they self, man. They come to school half dressed. I'm like, how your mama let you walk out the house like that?
That's right.
You think the music has something to do with that?
Music has a lot to do with it, man.
Always.
You know, when you dealing with rap music and see, we ain't in the R&B world no more. They don't want to hear that. They don't, you know, the industry don't want you to hear love and happiness. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you to hit no OJ type. That's why you got no R&B singers like that. They don't want no love and togetherness and peace. They want the rah-rah pistol shooting and sexy red. How sexy red is a staple in these young girls' life. Sexy red. You know what I'm saying? Singing and Stallion. Come on, man.
But do you think if they heard some of the older music, cause this Cleveland, Quiet Storms for Lovers Only, they was raised up on that, you think?
That generation is gone, man.
Totally gone.
Gone.
And they don't want to hear no. I mean, they R&B artists as Drake or somebody like Chris Brown, man. They don't want to hear no. They ain't want to hear no R&B
Wave.
like that.
Ride Wave.
Ride Wave. They don't want to hear no R&B. There ain't no R&B no more.
You think one of the reasons why Cleveland is not like relevant in the rap industry because we more soulful? Like,
I believe that. We got more R&B, more soul, more rhythm. See, even when we came up, we was hand dancing. For you young kids that don't know what that is, it's bringing a woman to you and you grooving and finessing. You know, moving. I was the star of that. I promise you I'm a star.
You told me
You know.
that. I get get it, man.
So, so things I do, right now, we like, me and my man Mike Tuck, we really like to put it on. Right now, we in a comfortable environment right now. But don't try your luck. Please don't try your luck. Don't try your luck. So I'm just trying to tell you this though. For you young brothers, if you need some guidance about tying a tie, tying a bow tie, or getting a nice haircut, I'm also a barber. I own this Spot Man Style, barbershop. It's 156 in Lakeshore. My number is 216-970-8882. Appointments only. A lot of you guys, you're old heads, I used to cut your heads down when you was locked up in the institution for a little while. I brought my clippers in, but I've been cutting hair since 1990. I didn't have my license since then. I do women hair, men hair. I got cosmetology license, barber license, instructor license as well. So this is what I do. Fashion, arts, entertainment. I put it on. I promise you I do. My man Mike Tuck, cold-blooded, man, assassin. Oh, the chef, when I tell you, can cook. Brothers, man, if you want a good woman, get in that kitchen and see what happens. You spend all that money, you buy a lot of junk, you make McDonald's and Burger Kings and Wendy's and Chipotle's, but you make your own food by natural grains and meats and things like that. My man right here, I had him make me some coleslaw for the holiday. That's how cold he is, huh? And I took it to some people's house. Everybody loved it. So again,
I had some of that coleslaw.
Outstanding. Again, Colombo's, Tuckers, all those spots. My man Mike Tuck, they run it. He's an excellent brother, man. Good rapport with people. Good people person. Gonna respect you, but he deserves and he earns his respect. Flat out. And that's how every man should be. Appreciate you. Mr. Mike.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man, because the older I get, man, I just want to live a peaceful life, man. It's like, I never thought I'd be the type of guy, man, to work, go home, and just chill, man, But that's what I do, man. I work crazy. It's just, that's how I was instilled in me, my father, man. He'll tell you, man.
But let me tell you about this dude about working. About waking up in the morning,
Don't play
man.
around, man.
He don't sleep. My man don't sleep. I'm telling you. Come in, 12. He back at the restaurant, back at the bar, 3 or 4 in the morning.
Yeah, I don't mess around, man.
And when I tell you, man, punctual, we tell the man 3 o'clock, he there at 2:30. I tell him 4 o'clock, he there at 3 o'clock. I'm gonna come in. I might be fashionably late, but I'm gonna be there. But when I'm there, I'm gonna give you my all. So, it's a yin and yang thing, but like you say, iron sharpen iron. But you can't get no colder 2 brothers than me and Mike Tucker. Johnnie Lawrence and Mike Tucker, I promise you.
Yeah, y'all names speak for itself, ring bells in the streets. But who y'all think was one of the best entertainers that ever came from Cleveland?
Cleveland?
Yeah.
Entertainment?
Gerald Levert.
Gerald Levert, Bobby Womack.
Gerald Levert.
Some of them Dad's Band boys was called. We had some, hey, and even before that, man.
Terrence Howard.
Even before,
Roxanne making a flyer for the gas.
we had, who else was it? The Deltones, man. My man Big, before he got in the OJs, man. Matter of fact, I didn't know Frederick was in that group.
Who?
Frederick.
Oh, was it?
Jim, yeah.
Yeah, Frederick Cole. Yeah,
So the Deltones was cold, man. We have there's a lot of talent that come through Cleveland, man. But I don't know what it is
Men at Large.
about this city. You got my man Joe Little, Rule Boys.
Joe
He was
Little
cold.
Boys.
I just don't know why Cleveland, man, is not a draw for entertainment like that, man. Because you got a lot of artists that want to come here. Because the market is different than it is in like LA, Chicago, Atlanta. Because see, they'll pay that top dollar, man. The artists, they want to get paid, man. And some of these people around here, man, they blue collar workers, man. They ain't paying $2,400 to see nobody, man. It's just what it is, man. Not unless you a top marquee like Janet Jackson or somebody. But there ain't that many of them left. The Prince and Michael Jacksons is gone, man. R. Kelly, ain't no more. I mean, and then you cross over.
Shout out to my man Kales.
Like Justin Bieber, he can draw. He can sell out a arena like that, man. But there ain't that many artists out here like that, man. That you can just like Janet can come down and sell it out like that. We don't. It's just.
So it's more sports. Like if LeBron was from Cleveland, do you think it would be any difference?
Well,
I can't say that.
When Brian was in Cleveland, man, he employed a lot of people, man.
But he did also. He does a lot for Akron.
Well, he's
Right.
from Akron.
So he's from Akron. So
I
he's from
don't-
Cleveland. I think he would do more for Cleveland.
I don't, you know, a lot of people were tripping like, man, he doing all this from Akron, but he from Akron, man.
That's right.
Like if I made it, I do a lot for East Cleveland. I'm from East Cleveland. Like he taking care of where he come from.
Right.
So I ain't never mad about that. You know what I'm saying? But his presence alone generates revenue, man.
That's right.
You know, so when we look at Brian, man, when he said, man, this man billionaire, he doing all this 1-2. But imagine what the owners are making off of him, man. If he a billionaire, what you think they are?
Right.
So it's like a catch-22, man. So we getting a conversation about his son. And the thing
You think
about
he should
that,
be playing with him?
No, I don't think he should be playing, man. And then people try to equate it to if somebody was the CEO of Cleveland Clinic and they say, well, they got their son on, but you're talking about a different type of job, man. Like you can't go down to the downtown to the arena and say, well, I'm gonna put an application in to be a point guard. That ain't the type of job, man. Like if I was the CEO of a hospital or some company, yeah, I give my son a job. I understand corporate life. I get that. But that ain't that, man. Because it's some kid who really deserve that spot that got 8 or 9 brothers and sisters, man. They living in poverty. The mother that spent her last dollar to send this dude AAU camps and all these tournaments. And he ain't in, man. Like, so I don't like that entitledness, man. That part I don't like about it.
But Mike, how do you feel about then, as far as still dealing with sports? You got like Bill Belichick and different coaches, they bring their sons in and put them in a position to be coaches.
But coaching and playing is 2 different things, man. So I can bring you in as a coach and say, listen here, man, this is what I need you to do. I need you to make sure that there's 11 men on the field. I'll make sure you got this. That job you can be taught like that. But when I gotta physically perform and go on the court, that's different, man.
Okay,
That's no different than Brian bringing in Rich Paul. He didn't meet him as an agent. He developed into that, but he gave him an avenue to get to that.
Facts.
So I get that part. He didn't just bring him in and say you're an agent. It ain't happen like that, man. But we talking about a dude that has to physically perform against guys who deserve to be there, man. Like I don't like that, man. Like, and they looking at it like, well, it's the first father and son to play basketball. Yeah. But you gotta also look at the backside of it. The Lakers have no money. The Lakers have no money to get no type of draft picks or players to come there. He done exhausted all their funds. So as an owner, I need to get my money back.
Right.
It's a gimmick. Okay, I'm gonna draft your son. So now every time I go somewhere, I'm gonna sell out, man. That arena is gonna sell out every game, and I'm gonna get my money back. I'm not worried about. That owner ain't worried about winning no championship, man. He's not gonna win a championship with that team.
Right.
Period. Brian is not gonna bring him a championship, man, like that. Like Brian's 40 years old. It is what it is. Is he the best player at 40? Absolutely. He in great shape. But Father Time catches with everybody, man. I don't
You
care.
think he's better than Jordan?
No, I don't think he's better than Mike. I'm gonna say this. In this era, but see, he playing in an era where it's soft, man. Like, they ain't doing no flavor. Mike got beat up, man.
Yeah, it's different, man. It's different.
You know, he was cut different, man. Mike was tough. Mike was a
And
warrior.
LeBron's a hell of a player, man. But
Bron's a great player.
But he had to go through. Mike had to go through Pistons.
Mike paid
He
the
was
way.
up in the air. They was knocking him out the air to the ground.
Mike paved the way for the NBA to be the way it is.
That's
now.
right. That's right.
You know, ain't no more Oakleys and Rick Mahorns, and you can't follow dudes like that, man. The NBA is nothing but entertainment.
That's
now,
right.
man.
Kind of like WWE. Sure is.
It's no different than the Big Three.
So, on that note, you know, my goal is Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You know what I'm saying? But I'm older. And so for you young guys who didn't get a chance to appreciate him when you came up,
I mean, I rock with him.
look at some film, run, check him out and see what, you know, why people fight and go online and still right now, he's 61 years old, 62 years old, and they still in line getting some J's
Yeah, he marketed himself for life.
for life. And able to, Steph Curry, LeBron, and everybody, Kobe, everybody else came after him, and they was able to get big shoe deals and, you know, contracts.
Man, be honest, man. I rock with drill, but I'm an Oakley dude, man. You know,
That old
Charles
Trey, that's
Oak's
right.
my
He's from
man,
Cleveland.
so
But he's from Cleveland. That's a home breed.
I rock with Oak, man. So you know what I'm saying? All you Barkley fans, I rock with Oak, man. Don't get punched in your mouth, man. I'm an Oakley dude, man. So that's my man, 100 grand.
So we got Oakley with the sports, the OJs with the music,
Levert.
and Levert.
Gerald, man, and
So far as films, who's one of our greatest actors from here,
coming here,
from Cleveland?
Hollyberry.
yeah, Holly Berry.
What about
We just
Ron
had a-
O'Neal?
Huh?
What about
Ron
Ron
O'Neal
O'Neal?
was cold, man.
Superfly.
Superfly, bad man.
But now he only had the one movie.
Ron O'Neal was a bad dude, man. He played that role.
Well, he also
They
went to
just
school
had-
with my mom, though. He went to
Yeah,
Glenville.
they just had an actor just pass away, man. I forget the dude's name, man. He played in New Jack City.
Did Scott ever play in any movies?
Who?
Scott Brown.
Scatterbrain.
Yeah.
He played the Superfly.
Well, he went in and
Yeah,
they just used the
yeah,
names.
yeah, right.
So they got all these Tubi movies. You think people are gonna be producing movies in Cleveland that's worth watching?
I like Tubi, man. It gives these young producers an avenue to get their movies out, man, because it's control, man. Like, you know,
Right.
whoever came up with that, man, that was a cold idea, man. That's a cold spill there, man. I mean, you get these young brothers who really have the talent to create these type of movies, man. Because on mainstream, you ain't cracking the MGMs or none of this stuff, man. But Tubi, man, I watch Tubi before I watch HBO, man.
Me too. Tubi got a lot of Detroit films.
Tubi got a lot of realness in it, man. Like, you can really relate to some of the stuff they're going through, man. Dealing with, you know.
Would y'all be interested in being in some Cleveland movies? You and Johnny?
Cleveland movie, it depends on what the script is.
What should it be? The one that would have you in it? What would it be? Not nothing ghetto. Something that, you know, complements the way y'all style is. Like, what role you think Tuck would be good at playing in the movie?
Some kind of high executive corporate guy, boss. A boss? We bosses.
Okay, with some boss, some boss business type stuff.
Right.
You think Cleveland could be associated with that?
Absolutely.
Would it be too fictitious?
No.
We got bosses.
Absolutely.
But you know, this the Midwest. Cleveland, Detroit,
Chicago.
Cincinnati, Chicago. What do you think this Midwest was normally really known for?
Dressing and women. You know, or basically back in the, I will tell you this too, back in the day, all the entertainment came through Cleveland. And that came from Bob Hope to everybody. We was the
105 was full,
105, we sure was.
But
That's
Good
what
Game
Scatter
been in
was.
movies now that I think about it.
Who?
It ain't easy. Good Game was in it. Ain't
Yeah,
easy.
yeah,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Y'all saying it ain't easy?
My man, great game.
Great game
Great
now,
game.
right? Right.
Yeah, my man, 100 grand. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. He called me old Pat Riley, you know. But that came from me dressing. You know, I worked at the Civic Center in East Cleveland, you know. Always wore suits and ties and, you know, alligator shoes and just stayed sharp. So at that time, Pat Riley was the coach for the Lakers.
Right.
And everybody, him and Daly, Chuck Daly for Detroit Pistons. Very dapper gentleman. Oh, you know what I'm saying? They stayed clean. And I stayed clean too. So they called me, hey, Pat Riley. Him and my man Spank. Spanky England, man.
Spank.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to the
Spank,
dead soldiers.
man.
What do you think people remember the most about Spank?
Oh my God.
Spank. Hey, man, he one of a kind, man.
I seen Spank in the hair show with you years ago, standing out there drinking some Don Perignon outside the Hyatt.
Tell you a story about Spank, man. We in Atlanta one time at Jack the Rapper,
Right.
and he outside. You know, I don't drink, man. I ain't never been no drinker.
That's probably what I'm talking about. I seen him out there.
I seen him out front. He said, "Man, Mike Tuck, get you a drink." I'm looking around like, I said, "A drink from where?" He said, "Man, it's in a hot dog cart." Man, put a bottle of Dime in a hot dog cart, man. He's just a different type of dude, man.
I seen him drinking Don Perignon right outside the Hyatt, just
He
standing
sure
out
was
there right
drinking,
there,
yeah.
just drinking.
Pat Riley,
Turning
look at
it
your
up.
boy.
He said trainers, man. I mean, even with his car, man,
He would have him shipped out of town.
These dudes, man, these old schools.
But Donnie Hood was doing it back then too with that stuff.
Man, that's my man too.
Yeah.
Man.
That's
Donnie
the first
Hood,
time I ever saw Donnie Hood was at a Bronner Brothers hair show.
Yeah, Donnie Hood, man, good dude, man. Him and all his brothers,
Man,
man.
Donnie Hood, happy. You know, Nate Flowers, yeah. We all, you know, we still try to keep the legacy going on. But it ain't gonna stop, man. You know, we just gotta.
Berkey, all of them.
Berkey.
Brother. They were good brothers, man.
How y'all feel when y'all go to other cities and they don't have corned beef?
Well, see,
They need
I was raised on corned beef, man. My father, he started selling corned beef over 50-something years ago, man. You like black Jews with that, man. They wasn't doing it like we was slinging corned beef before any of these black delis and bars was doing it. So I was born and raised going cutting corned beef, man. That was a daily operational job for me.
I'm gonna tell you one more story too, real quick. About our, you know, this Cleveland, this all, you know, the Midwest. We do Polish boys up here.
Right.
So I got, you know, I was in the military. You know, I was in Germany, Ramstein, Germany, where I met my brother, you know, Willie Lewis Cooks and Clarence Broughton. So my brother Clarence Broughton came from Florida. You know, he's from the MIA. So he comes up here to visit me. And I took him, I gave him a Polish boy. Now, a Polish boy consists of a Polish sausage, some coleslaw, some French fries, and some barbecue sauce. So he said, man, well, you know, this is how he spoke a little bit, man, what you doing, man? What you giving me this? Man, I don't want to eat this kind of stuff. I said, man, just taste it, taste it. When I tell you right now, as of today, in 2024, he still called me and say, man, I'm coming up to get one of them Polish boys right now. So we got to, you know, we set trends up here in Cleveland as well. Little things that, like you say, corned beef, you can't take it away. You got to come appreciate it. So come to Cleveland, man. Come to Man Style Barbershop, and you can get a Polish boy, a cold haircut, and a corned beef sandwich. And some cold conversation.
Get some game.
Touch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, this is the first episode of y'all coming together, letting us know what we can look forward to. And we really appreciate that. So, I mean, you know, what would you say is up next for Cleveland if you could think of something that could magically appear?
So I'm gonna tell you something, man. Cleveland is the next up and coming city. People, 40 years ago, man, when I was in high school, my teacher told me this. He said there's a thing called a donut theory. So I said, man, what is a donut theory? He said, what's gonna happen is they're gonna allow us. He told me this in '84. I'm a senior in high school. He said, but they're gonna allow us to move out to Twinsburg, Solon, Shank, all the way to Beechwood. He said, well, the taxes is crazy high.
Right.
So I'm 18, man. I don't know about no taxes and none of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, he said, man, just make sure your parents don't sell their house in East Cleveland. We're talking 40 years ago. He said, what's gonna happen is it's all the white people gonna move downtown, man. Lower tax bracket. They're gonna get tax abatements. And it's happening, man. They leaving them houses out there. They're allowing us to build out there. They're allowing us to just build a whole community out in like the Solons and the Twinsburgs and all that. And they rebuilding downtown, man.
Right. They say Cleveland one of the best places to buy real estate in the United States.
It's
now.
cheap, man.
Right.
But it's not, it's a trick to it, man. Like, while we thinking we living and moving up, we setting ourselves up for failure, man, because the taxes are so high out there, man. Like, how can you afford it? And now they just went up. East Cleveland went up 67%, man.
67.
So
Where the income coming from to do that?
that's what I'm saying. Like, that means the rent gonna go up.
But that's because most people buying the properties in East Cleveland now. They from out of town. They from out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Outside of the
see,
city.
we're allowing them to do that, man. Them investors come in and buy a whole street.
Right.
Like, we could buy these lots, man. They ain't that expensive in East Cleveland. Like, they gotta rebuild. It's not gonna stay like this forever.
That's right.
And they rebuild it now. And they got a plan. And the plan might be 10 years out, but it's a plan.
Right.
Like, these taxes, man, they almost double the value of my house. So you gotta think about people who are renting. I mean, the landlord gotta raise his rent. I mean, your property, your insurance on your house, it's all a racket. That's going up. So now you got all these homes where people can't afford to take it, man, they can't.
Right.
You know, you look at Richmond Heights, man, their taxes is $6,000 a half.
Wow.
So you
Oh, but speaking of taxes and homes, I also own Pound for Pound, which is my company for real estate, homes investment. I own some homes. I rent them and lease them out. I would prefer to bring in a person that we can grow together and I'll be a stepping stone so you can go get your own.
All writing. With that being said, don't go nowhere else instead. So, gentlemen, we appreciate this. Thanks for coming out downstairs, Man Style Man Cave, and shit. We'll see y'all next week.
And I know why, cause my supply make me $5. It gets me Benjis, Fenties, and Bentleys. Pull up to the strip, blow $500,000. It's nothing. I enjoy, Cleveland's my city.